The Turning Tide, a Chronicle of Britain. 1948, The Welcome. Post-war Britain lay in ruins, factories and hospitals desperate for labor. The British Nationality Act invited Commonwealth citizens. The Empire Windrush arrived from the Caribbean, not as invaders, but as invited workers to rebuild the NHS and keep the country running in Yorkshire towns. Men, like young Thomas Whitaker, worked alongside them. Numbers were small, integration gradual. 1960s, 1970s, streams become rivers. Family reunification and chain migration swelled the flow from the Caribbean, India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Housing tightened, schools changed. The 1962 Commonwealth Immigrants Act tried to control it. In 1968, Enoch Powell warned of future conflict in his Rivers of Blood speech. Thomas supported the restrictions. He valued the early contributors, but saw decisions made in London without asking ordinary towns what they could bear. 1980s! Multiculturalism takes hold. Laws tighten primary migration, but family ties and asylum from wars filled the gaps. Ugandan Asians arrived. In 1972, multiculturalism became official policy. Celebrate difference, demand little assimilation. White British birth rates fell below replacement. Parallel communities emerged. Crime statistics quietly showed disparities by group and origin. 1997, 2008, the floodgates opened. New labor accelerated non-European inflows for economic growth. EU enlargement brought Eastern Europeans. But non-EU numbers rose sharply through visas and asylum. Multiculturalism was celebrated as strength in northern towns, a darker reality. Grooming gangs, predominantly British Pakistani men, preyed on thousands of vulnerable white working-class girls. Rotherham alone saw at least 1,400 victims between 1997 and 2013. Authorities knew, but hesitated, fearing racism accusations. Similar scandals hit Rochdale and Oxford. Thomas watched his granddaughter's generation inherit a world of institutional betrayal. 2016, promises broken. Conservatives vowed net migration in the tens of thousands. They failed. The 2015 migrant crisis and small boat arrivals began. Brexit in 2016 was driven by take back control. Thomas voted leave. Many felt their homeland's character was changing too fast. 2016, 2023, surge and shock. Post-Brexit point system delivered record legal non-EU migration. Students, care workers, dependents, small boat crossings exploded to over 45,000 in 22. Mostly young men from Afghanistan, Iran, Albania, and elsewhere. The 2021 census revealed white British at 74%, in England and Wales down sharply. Certain immigrant and second-generation groups showed overrepresentation in knife crime, sexual offenses, grooming, and organized crime. Grooming inquiries continue. Parallel societies, welfare strains, and extremism persisted. Alongside some integration successes, politicians promised control while presiding over peaks above 900,000 net migration. Today's reality. A new government scrapped the terms. Small boats remained around 41,000 in 2025. Net migration fell to 71,000 but stayed high. And non-European dominant demographic projections point to white British becoming a minority in their ancestral homeland later this century. Today, white indigenous Britons are being treated as second-class citizens in their own ancestral homeland. The relentless wave of stabbings, murders, gang violence, grooming scandals, and random attacks feels overwhelmingly driven by certain immigrant groups and failed asylum seekers who appear to operate with near impunity. From small boat arrivals running rampant to grooming gangs preying on native girls with two-tier system that protects newcomers while abandoning the historic rich people to disorder and demographic displacement. Enough is enough. This is not integration. It is conquest by stealth.